Many ideas become projects, and some projects turn into major accomplishments. This is the achievement of the work done by the global movement Ethics and Economics, a reality that counts 50 schools all around the world, united by the collective goal of pursuing the shared common good by placing the focus on the individual and on the promotion of diversity to encourage development and to bridge the gap between the world's North and South. A story lasting 2 long decades, made of challenges, initiatives, programs and projects of intervention in the name of the social doctrine of the Church that propounds an economic model with a human face based on ethical criteria, supporting and encouraging efficient entrepreneurship and solidarity, which looks at itself but also above all the others. This is the same principle that 20 years ago, in 1991, favored the birth of the first nucleus of what would become a wonderful adventure. The beginning of the story is set in Bassano del Grappa, where a professional ahead of his time, Dr. Tullio Chiminazzo, cultivated the intuition to disseminate the values of solidarity through business meetings and the mutual comparison between academics, professionals and entrepreneurs. Distinguished teachers, first of all Professor Ferruccio Bresolin and Professor Ulderico Bernardi, founded the theoretical basis of a journey that will become increasingly profitable. The professionals play the role of a competent bridge between the activities of thought and the concrete initiatives of a solidarity economy. The entrepreneurs put into practice, through new projects, the solidarity values to contribute to the sustainable development in poor regions of the world. It was a winning mix that on February 14, 1995, in the City Hall of Bassano del Grappa, marked the birth of the School of Ethics and Economics, with the institution of the first committee that for 3 years will manage ad experimentum its initiatives and realize its goals. The School of Ethics and Economics broke down walls and cultural barriers by promoting meetings and seminars, courses in economics and business ethics, and by participating and leading an international comparison in Europe and in the United States. The institution became an engine on civil and cultural growth in the territory. Thanks to ethics and economics, the city of Bassano will benefit, among other things, of the creation of the local TV station, inspired by the principles and purposes of the school, and of a master's degree in economics and business ethics, promoted and implemented with the collaboration of the prestigious LUMSA Free University of Rome. The current permanent university course and the master, which celebrated their first year of academic existence in 1995, formed a new cultural and professional figure. That was the leader of development, who was devoted to the promotion of initiatives aimed to reduce the gap between the north and south of the world. There were many young people. Some of them came from southern Italy, others came from Argentina, Peru, Vietnam, Lithuania, Eastern Europe, and especially from Madagascar. 20 Madagascan boys who will give birth to one of the most important achievements of the movement. They represented the faces of the first major project of ethics and economics, the exchange of entrepreneurial skills, which allowed the arrival in the Italian territory of young students that, in addition to the lessons of the school, learned the basics of corporate culture in companies of the area, thanks to the entrepreneurs of solidarity. They were able to start their own business activities to encourage the entrepreneurial spirit of young students. Another project was born, the Enterprise Villages, which consist in real development centers characterized by the creation of small businesses within a specific area of the town in the southern hemisphere, promoted by the school, supported by Italian entrepreneurs who transferred their expertise to these young locals. The realization of the enterprise villages and other projects developing in the poorest countries was supported by an additional innovative action aimed at a global solidarity. The 1% project, World Enterprise Solidarity, through which the final consumers of the businesses participating in the projects of solidarity can donate 1% of the total amount of their purchase. The several initiatives promoted in the name of ethics and economics helped to spread the project itself, but also the values of solidarity economics, as did the bicycle race named Europe United by Solidarity, with a group of cyclists carrying the message of the 1% on their vests along the road from Bologna to Częstochowa, Poland. Above all, it is to mention the historical mission of the group of Cyclists of Solidarity that after a bicycle tour that started in Bassano on behalf of the Centesimus Annus Pro Pontifice Foundation, on August 9, 1998, came to Castel Gandolfo to deliver to Pope John Paul II the white paper on 1% project, greeted by the words of esteem and affection by the Pope. Furthermore, the group of cyclists of the Business School of Ethics and Economics of Bassano del Grappa cyclists coming from the Czech Republic, Italy and Poland, especially from Krakow.
Con questa manifestazione ciclistica intendono sensibilizzare.
This cycling event aims to raise the entrepreneurs' awareness in making their businesses an instrument of solidarity, allowing consumers to allocate their 1% to development projects for the poorest countries of the world. I wish this initiative a successful outcome. This was a key moment in the 20 years history of the movement. In this same year, the School of Ethics and Economics, with a ceremony at the City Hall in Bassano del Grappa, turned into a foundation, throwing the seeds of a world movement that will soon lead in various parts of Italy and of the world to the birth of new schools. Moreover, thanks to the 1% project, the first concrete achievements of corporate solidarity were achieved. In Marijampolė, Lithuania, the village of the child was built up to give a home and a new family to the Baltic countries' abandoned children. Also in Marijampolė, in 1999, an enterprise village was born, and in the same year, in the city of Majanga, an enterprise village was inaugurated in Madagascar, with the laying of the foundation stone blessed by the Pope during the meeting in Castel Gandolfo. Another meeting with John Paul II will be repeated in a more solemn and official way in the Vatican. In 2001, the movement of thought and planned solidarity that was born 10 years earlier in Bassano del Grappa counted 30 schools placed on 5 different continents, giving rise to the world movement of ethics and economics. The world movement was officially born on May 17, 2001, with a special hearing of the Holy Father Pope John Paul II in the presence of 300 promoters and supporters of the schools from all over the world. We want to be promoters of a new humanity that can provide for all of the individuals who compose it, without having to witness a time where people still die from hunger and thirst, especially among young and defenseless children.
Ringrazio il dottor Tullio Cinasso
I thank Dr. Tullio Chiminazzo for the kind words he addressed to me, expressing our common feelings. I noted with satisfaction the program that guides the newly born Ethics and Economics Foundation, and I encourage you to enter the field of economics in the perspectives and guidance of the magisterium of the Church's social doctrine.
Le prospettive e le indicazioni del Magistero e della dottrina sociale della Chiesa. La dottrina della Chiesa insegna che la crescita economica deve essere integrata da altri valori, così
The doctrine of the Church teaches that economic growth must be supplemented by other values so as to become qualitative, fair and stable growth, respectful of cultural and social individuality, as well as economically sustainable. It cannot be separated from an investment made on people, on the creative and innovative capacities of the individual as a basic resource of any society. With the founding document signed by the 30 schools, the movement has become increasingly networked to the planet. Part of the Globalization of Solidarity project aimed to encourage the further birth of schools of ethics and economics in different countries on 5 continents. 2 cities stand as a symbol of a new life of the projects and works of the movement. Rome, the center of Christianity, also became the center of the world movement. Assisi, the city of San Francisco, assumed the role of cultural and spiritual headquarters of the movement, characterized by new initiatives and projects aimed at involving young people in particular. The project also organized the North-South World Forum meetings, organized every 2 years across 5 different continents, for a comparison between the experiences of the various schools. The World Forum is the result of a previous initiative aimed to raise the awareness of the School of Bassano, which argued that after the one between East and West, with the fall of the Berlin Wall, another wall was to break down, the one between North and South. It was the town of Bassano del Grappa that organized the first Global Forum in 2001, followed in 2003 by the Second World Forum in Rome, in 2005 by the Third Forum in Buenos Aires, Argentina, in 2007 by the Fourth Forum in the enterprise village of Majanga in Madagascar, and in 2010 by the Fifth World Social Forum in Sydney, Australia. The message of ethics and economics went beyond the borders of still unexplored countries. The Marco Polo 2001 cycling tour spread the values of the movement from Venice to Beijing, passing through the Central Asian countries and reaching China, with Tiananmen Square as the final destination. This will be the embryo of new future relationships. Today, China is part of the ever more extended family of the world movement of schools. It was one of the World Forums of Ethics and Economics, the one in Madagascar in 2007, which launched another challenge of the movement, the Mutua Fide Bank project, an evolution of the Grameen Bank project by the Nobel Prize winner Muhammad Yunus, which, through committees of the individual promoters in developing countries, allows the granting of small loans to the local people. It represents a tool for microcredit and trust to promote exchanges of goods and services and the birth of small companies. The Mutua Fide Bank project has already widely spread and successfully tested in Madagascar, where, in the meantime, the enterprise village of Majanga has become a strong economic, social and healthcare reality in the region of Boeny, in the northwest of the Great Island. The economic and social aspects are two sides of the same coin. The development of both of them leads to progress. The great challenge of solidarity is the core value in the past, as nowadays and into the future, of the world movement of the schools of ethics and economics, a resource that was created by man and for this reason will never give up even in a changing world environment. In the Manifesto of the 21st Century, which is the document that traces out the final mission of the projects in all the languages of the movement, it is stated that, committed in the goal of building a better world and a global balanced development of the planet, we reach out to all people of goodwill on earth, in the hope that the international economic crisis will give rise to a new economy characterized by a human face, that is, an economy of brotherhood and solidarity.